My name is Yvonnie Tagwirey. I work for the African Child Policy Forum, a Pan-African think tank based in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, that works to promote and advance children's rights. I'm currently the African Children's Charter Project Coordinator, responsible for coordinating a consortium of 6 Pan-African organizations that work on the aspects of child rights and business, children's rights with disability, as well as children's rights with climate change. Additionally, I am the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, external expert on child rights and business. The past 2 days have been quite insightful, as we have really seen CSOs across the region meeting in Lusaka to really discuss and come together to really unpack the different manifestations of corporate-induced violations on children. This might be in the context of corporations working in extractives, in ICT, in mining, and as well as in the informal sector, and how this impacts children's rights. The other issue is really to see how civil society organizations were made aware of the different normative frameworks that exist at continental level that protect children in the context of child rights and business. Another key takeaway for the past 2 days was the role of the state to ensure that they uphold and protect children's rights, and also the role of civil society to ensure that there's redress for child rights violations, and also the duty of businesses to protect children when they're conducting their business operations in a country. So we see that it's very important that African governments put in place the necessary normative frameworks in line with the UN guiding principles, the child rights business principles, as well as the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, to ensure that we protect children from the harmful impacts of business operations in Africa. My call of action is for CSOs to continue their mandate as watchdogs and defenders of broader human rights, but also to ensure that they continue to raise the visibility of the importance of child rights and business principles in Africa. It is important for our civil society organizations to understand the different remedial actions that exist at national level, as well as at sub-regional level and at continental level, to hold governments to account, as well as businesses, for child rights violations. And lastly, it is very important for civil society organizations to really engage with national human rights institutions, as well as their member states, to ensure that regulatory frameworks are adequately enforced, resourced. And as the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, working group on child rights and business, this has been a very important conversation with CSOs, and we really look forward to really seeing CSOs engaging more actively around the impacts of businesses on children's rights at national level, but also at sub-regional level, in terms of their submission of complementary reports to the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, but also to work with their governments to ensure that there are laws and investor agreements that consider the rights of children, and also to work closely with courts to ensure that local remedies are exhausted where there are adverse violations of children's rights in the context of business enterprise operations.